If we have someone complete an application in the office, we'll need to manually waitlist them to screen them. First, we'll locate their prospect or their guest card. Once we've opened up their guest card, underneath the Actions column, we're going to see two links, Apply Now and Waitlist. These two wizards work very similar. However, the Apply Now option will require a unit to be selected during the process. If we don't have a unit in mind or do not know where we're going to place this applicant yet, we'll choose our Waitlist option. Next, we'll enter in all the required contact information. We'll see the required information outlined in red or have a red asterisk. One field that will not have a red asterisk is going to be the ID number or driver's license number. We'll go ahead and still enter in this information if we have it so that we don't have to enter it in when we go to screen this applicant. Next will be the rental history. We'll see that most of this information will not be required. However, depending on how our applicant is applying, we may want to go ahead and record. Also, the same will be for the employment information and our emergency contact. Next, we have our vehicles and pets. If our applicant is planning on bringing a vehicle, we can click the New button to go ahead and record this vehicle information. We'll see that none of this information will be required, so if we don't have it all during the time of application, we can come back to edit. We'll enter in our pet information the same way, by clicking the New button. The pet information, we will see two required fields, both the pet type and the size in pounds. Usually this will be required information due to your property's pet policy. Our next page will be our waitlist option. This is where we'll confirm the academic year, the lease dates, and the floor plan. Any of this information can be changed during the waitlist process by using the calendar icons and the drop-downs. We'll want to ensure that the lease start date and the lease end date based on what they've signed or applied for is correct. The original floor plan that we recorded for them when they were entered as a prospect will be selected as their first choice. However, if they've chosen to change their floor plan during their application, we can record that by unchecking their selected one, reselecting the desired floor plan, and setting that as their first priority. Once we have the floor plan and the lease dates confirmed, we'll click to the resident profile or portal page. This will allow us to go ahead and suggest a username if there hasn't already been one created for them. This will send them an email and allow them access to the resident portal to start setting up recurring payments and entering in maintenance requests once they move in. Next, we'll have our fees and deposits page. If we are charging an application fee, we'll see it appear at the top. We can always override this fee if needed. We'll select the reason for leasing, or why they signed with us, our late method based on the lease term that they applied for, and also the leasing consultant that they've been working with. Next, we'll have our waitlist summary. This is where we'll want to confirm the lease dates again, and the floor plan and pricing. Once we've clicked Finish, we're going to see this prospect is now considered an applicant under status and is on the wait list. One site will prompt us to collect payment, collect a deposit, or screen now. However, if we're not ready to perform any of these tasks, we can simply click the Close button. We can always come back to screen this applicant by clicking more next to their name in the Screen Now link. For more information on submitting applications for screening, please refer to the On-Demand Training, One-Site Screening, and also the applicant and guarantor screening standards policy on the Policy and Procedures portal. To enter in an additional applicant or guarantor to be screened, we'll click the New button next to our contacts. We'll enter in the first and last name. For this example, we'll enter in a new guarantor. We'll select the relationship type from the drop-down. We'll also uncheck the boxes next to Contact Is and check off the appropriate box for the contact that we're adding in. We'll enter in a phone number and email address. Each guarantor and applicant will need to be opted in to receive email notifications. By checking off this box underneath the email address, it's allowing us to send letters and notices and bulk emails through one site. We'll continue through demographics, employment, emergency contact, previous residence, and billing information and fill out the required fields. We'll click to save. Once that applicant or additional guarantor is added, we can click the More and the Screen Now link. We'll go back and go ahead and click Edit next to our original applicant and make sure that they are opted in to receive the email notifications as well.